Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the MDH podcast.
We're live from the past. We're here.
We're live from Greg's Made It, ladies and gentlemen.
Across the world.
Live from your
Greg?
mom's house.
Holy shit! Woo!
Yeah, baby.
Where are you coming at us live
You
from?
coming
Which
on us?
it's crazy. It's crazy that I can be in your mom's house when she's British, but I'm in America. But she's so fat that her house is in England and the US at the same time. She's fat. She's like as big as the moon. That's how fat
What
she
state are
is.
you in?
Kentucky.
Wyoming!
Did you get chicken?
What?
I had Kentucky Fried Chicken in Kentucky. It tasted the same as it would outside of Kentucky, which
I
is
guess that's
okay.
good and bad.
Sue them. Sue them. Sue them. Sue them.
That either means that the quality matches its home state,
Sue them.
or that its home state has matched the quality of outside the state.
Yeah, I mean it's
Sue
the same food, probably. They don't do anything different. I think I'd say one thing U.S. Kentucky Fried Chicken does better than UK is their chips are a lot nicer than the UK one.
Greg, what fast food restaurants and similar have you already visited? And do a comparison
for
between. Yeah. So,
I've been to McDonald's. I've been to Dairy Queen.
How does McDonald's compare? Is it the same?
Yeah, I mean it's McDonald's. I wouldn't say it's really that much
The
of a difference.
portion size is
Portions are
different?
bigger.
Yeah.
McDonald's!
I think their medium drinks are like 600 milliliters, and they come with free refills. So I don't know. You may as well just order a small and then refill twice,
Yeah.
right? Like that just seems like that makes sense.
Yeah. What about Wendy's? Don't.
Wendy's, I do every American. Maybe I'm just controversial, but like
Do it,
every single
Marshall.
fast
Do
food
it,
restaurant
Marshall.
tastes the same.
You like
They're
Wendy's?
all
Marshall.
the same. Oh, it's okay.
Marshall.
I do like Wendy's nuts fit in my mouth. Thanks.
Nice.
But they all just taste the same. There's like,
Mm.
Wendy
Have you been to an Arby's?
No, but I've seen an ad for Arby's.
I went to an Arby's and it was alright.
Yeah. The ad
it
I
was just
saw
a
for
more
Arby's.
American. Culver's was the best, which is why I said for you to go if you come across one.
I have not seen a Culver's. I think there's a Culver's in Louisville, but I'm not going to go to Louisville to go
Yeah,
to
they're not in
Culver's.
every state. It's only in like half the states or less, I think.
Yeah, I'd say my favorite
And then also it would have to be one you'd bike past as well.
was of the fast food restaurants. Oh yeah, I had Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah,
That
I
was
haven't had
also
Chick-fil-A.
not that great.
Taco Bell?
Taco Bell. Okay, Taco Bell I liked because you don't get like Mexican food in the UK, so that was like at least like I was like yeah, whatever. I had a Taco Bell in New York. It was like $6 or like $7 out there.
Who says that? Who goes, ¿Qué pasa?
Mr. Taco
That's
Bell.
Mr. Taco
Isn't
Bell,
that-
yeah, it's John Bell.
I
Come
tried a Taco Bell yesterday, and it was getting demolished. Oh.
Wow. Was it being eaten by...
Que pase is Taco Bell.
Oh, so I
Yeah.
saw it. The KFC, actually, interestingly enough, well, not very interesting, but I'm going to say anyway, was a KFC Taco Bell hybrid. So
Wow.
it was both a KFC and a Taco Bell, and it served both meals.
What do you think the best combo of two like fast food places are? If you could combine two.
I they don't care enough. I actually don't care enough to even like have an answer to this.
Damn.
If I were to answer it, I would just be saying random
Right.
places.
McDonald's and Burger King.
Why?
I'd say like the price of
I
McDonald's
would
with
want
the
I would
quality
want
of
them
Five
both
Guys.
in the same building, but like opposite counters, staring at each other.
And having like a food fight.
And the employees have to actually like fucking every hour on the hour a bell rings and one employee from each end comes out and has a fucking fight in the middle of the fucking restaurant. Tell me this ain't $1 million idea, bro. Tell me.
But Burger King's already got the name down. They've won.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking Burger King. He walks out wearing a crown. Ooh,
They gotta get
fucking
the
Burger
hamburger
King.
left to try and steal from Burger King.
McDonald's comes out with a fucking red clown nose and a red
Yeah,
afro.
but two people come out from under each of the golden arches against the
To
one
be
king.
fair, McDonald's hits them with a fucking Grimace Shake special. It's fucking over for Burger King, bro. Do not drink the Grimace Shake at 3 a.m. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna. Did you try a Grimace Shake?
No, I think I saw it though.
Fucking, what are you doing, bro?
I
Try
heard
the
you got my
Grimace Shake.
milkshake instead.
See if you can find
I'm so
Badlands.
mad.
He'll be in America somewhere. Probably isn't far.
Oh
actually
yeah,
true.
that was like the birthday meal thing.
Yeah,
I had
Grimace's
no idea.
birthday.
I saw that and I was like, "This is for children, right?" And then I didn't eat it because I didn't want to be embarrassed.
Bro, trying the Grimace Shake at 3 a.m. He answered. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
That's
so
all
it was
I'm-
a meme.
You were in the yeah, it's a meme apparently.
Okay.
Although I've actually never seen. I've heard that people are memeing about trying the Grimace Shake, but I've actually never
I saw
seen
the
people try the
I
Grimace
saw the
Shake.
the Spider-Verse like
What's up,
that
Danger?
it looked, oh, I saw that. I saw the new Spider-Verse film actually. I saw it in Covington.
It's pretty good.
I heard it's very good.
It's pretty good.
I don't know. Yeah, it is
I like
good,
it.
but it's like it is part 1 of part 2, and it doesn't
I
feel
see.
Yeah.
complete. It doesn't feel like remotely complete to me. And so like I
Oh, it's
would
not.
hold off on giving it a rating until like I've seen both parts.
That's
That's very true.
And I'm not even sure I'd recommend watching it until part 2's out, to be honest. Like it's
I-
probably worth
I-
seeing it in cinema, but
Yeah, I'm in a weird. It's a weird position where I'm like, I respect the fact that they did that, but also at the same time, why the fuck would you do that? Because now I just can't watch
Yeah,
the end
well,
of the
so
movie
it
for
felt
like
like-
5 years.
like it felt like there was like 45 minutes of
Flashlight
content in the film, and it was or like 50 minutes of content in the film, and it was stretched out to be like an hour and a half, or like
Oh, for sure, for
like
sure, for sure.
it feels like if they made it a one whole film, it would either be too long, or
But-
like if they combined part 1 to part 2, it'd be too long, like to be a one
But-
film. But when they've split it into 2, it feels like there's not enough content in either or in the film, right? It feels like they're padding content.
Yeah.
It's like an uncomfortable.
But the entire like Spider City scene, so good.
I mean, have
That
you been
entire
there?
sequence. I have,
Okay.
yes.
Elliott, you know.
I think that was really good.
Yeah,
Marshall
it was
has
cool.
but I won't go into
mean,
much
yeah, the film's
more
got
detail.
gorgeous animation. Like I really like the animation they did for the Gwen Stacy's universe, where they like changed the style. That was cool. To like be like pastel watercolor stuff, and then yeah, I mean the animation's good as always. The animation for Hobie was cool. Yeah, it's just like the film is just very not complete.
It's
like
not
the
complete.
ending
Yeah,
is
it's not
very
complete.
unsatisfying. And I get it concludes arcs and stuff, but like it's still like I left the cinema and I wasn't that happy. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it got like to 20 minutes left in the runtime, and I was watching. I was like, well, this clearly isn't.
Yeah,
ending.
this isn't gonna wrap up,
That-
right?
Yeah, this clearly is not wrapping up. And in the last 20 minutes, they kind of just opened up more questions to answer next time, and then I was like, okay. I was like, I respect, like I said, I respect the fact that they did it, but at the same time, I did just watch half a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like it's just suffers so much from being part 1. And I mean, again, it's a good film. The voice acting's good, the animation's good. The music's good. Like it's all great.
Yeah.
I watched the Mario movie yesterday.
That film's dog shit.
The Mario movie was fun to watch, but not a good film, my opinion.
Oh, it was not a good movie, bro. The funnest part of the Mario movie was fucking Donkey Kong 7.
Yeah.
So unbelievably Donkey Kong shows up and he shows up by doing a laugh.
Yeah.
And it's just Seth Rogen,
Yeah.
bro. There isn't an ounce of Donkey Kong.
He shows up to the
Where he
DK
goes,
rap as well.
And
He goes, and I'm like, fucking, that's just Seth Rogen.
do they do the
Bro.
rap?
Yeah, they
Does
do.
it have the
He has the Kong rap, yeah. He comes out in like a gladiator
does it have
fight, and that's
this
his
Kong?
intro
That's a
music.
funny thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, the best part of the Mario movie, believe it or not, is the soundtrack.
I didn't
I
like
was
the
watching that movie-
soundtrack.
I
Didn't
love
like
that
it because I
movie.
didn't like the
Like,
songs. I
pop
didn't
song.
like it because they just picked like what's a super popular song.
Yeah,
And
I
they
bet
just
they
put 'em
just
all
picked
in.
the most generic songs on the
By
planet.
Yeah,
the
it
soundtrack,
was.
I mean the actual Mario, the music from the video.
Oh,
game Mario.
yeah, that was really good. I like that. It was a mix
Yeah,
between like
the-
remastered Mario music from lots of stuff, and that was really
Yeah.
cool.
Not actual the actual songs.
Yeah, and then like Queen would come on or Thunderstruck or
Yeah,
something.
like
and
them,
I'm
them
okay.
randomly putting on like Queen and
Yeah.
shit wasn't good, but the
Oh,
actual like
God.
the normal like remixes of actual Mario soundtracks
Yeah, they were cool.
were so
Yeah,
good.
I did.
So good. But that's just Mario music being good.
Yeah.
That's not the Mario movie being good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, hate to be that guy, but like, it's just a fucking Nintendo circle jerk film where they
Yeah,
just
it was.
were like
Yeah.
throwing in references to the film, to the
Yeah.
games,
It was
And then
just
they
a cluster
didn't
of
have
bright
anything
colours and
else to
references for
add.
kids to love.
and then a bunch of
Yeah.
12-year-old. Yeah,
It said
But
Chris
it's
Pratt
not
going, Mushroom
kids though. Like
Kingdom.
the
Here
film, so many
we
people who are
come.
like 20, 30 years old who like got legit mad that critics were like, "This isn't a good film."
There were bits I
Like
liked, like
this
they
is
have
just by the standards of filmmaking, not a good film.
yeah, they had a lot of the references I did like, but they were more niche ones, I guess. Like they had Charles Martinet in, and he was playing on the original Jumpman arcade machine in the background, and then he says like, "Good job" in his Mario voice. I'm not even
Yeah,
gonna bother.
he goes, good job, Mario. Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, I like that, and then that's it. You see him like at the very end again, and then I'm like, cool, I like that. But it's weird. It's weird because I always forget that a kids' film skips a lot of things. Like there's no character bonding, I'd guess, right? It's like a
No,
character
no.
appears, and they're like, "Can you help me?" They go, "No," and they go, "Please," and they go, "Okay," and then they're best friends.
Yeah, they go, oh, and then they're best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they go, I
Mario,
still am
then.
not sure about you, mister.
Yeah.
And the movie ends, and then it's like, I always believed in
Yeah,
you.
but at the same time in my head I just go, oh, it's a kid's film and I've only got an hour and a half to do all of this. So.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. No, I watched it, and I was like, it's a kids'
Yeah.
movie. Whatever. I smiled at the references. That's what I paid for.
Yeah,
I clapped when I saw it. I clapped. It's basically
Yeah.
that, the film, right?
yeah,
And if you're a kid, it's probably good if you're a kid. I don't know.
If you're a kid, I can imagine it's good. Yeah, to be honest.
But kids are stupid and they like bad films.
True.
kids have not
They
understood
like
the
the
reference.
Minions.
Transformers.
Yuck.
Yeah, they were.
Minions.
That was the Minion Studio.
It was the Minions studio that made it. It started in the.
Yeah, it's
Minions went,
Illumination, right?
"Bam, bam, 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 bam,
I work
bam,
with
bam."
one of the animators I work with
The Minions?
did Minions animation.
Because you like it was horrible. They didn't pay us because I'm an animator and we don't get paid.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, he's not still doing
And
it.
then he
so-
said, "I love Minions."
That's why I'm not
Work
an
on
animator. Minions says, "Well, I don't animate anymore." He's like the Robert Oppenheimer of animators.
yeah.
We were so caught up by the science of it all that we didn't stop to think whether we should make the Minions. No, President Trump
I am.
released the Minions.
I am
movie.
become deaf.
Uh,
I am become deaf.
I am become Banana, creator of Minions.
I am become.
They should never
Groot,
have animated
lover
that
of
battle.
Minions.
What a mistake.
Like put together an
My boy?
Oppenheimer trailer, but they just make it about Oppenheimer making the Minion movie. Have you guys seen the Oppenheimer memes? I love them
I've
so
seen a
much.
few,
I love
yeah.
I've seen Oppenheimer versus Barbie.
No, I like the Oppenheimer meme where it's like, my bomb killed people? They killed people with my bomb? My secret weapon, Japanese killer ultra mega death, destroy Japan 5000, was used in an unexpected manner. Yeah, those ones. Have you just Google like Oppenheimer style? I thought we were
Oppenheimer
making a
style.
rice cooker. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. The reviews for the Barbie movie are out, right?
Are they?
I think they've come out and people were saying it was good, but also I don't actually know if that was just like 5 people that said it was good, or if actually everyone was saying it was good.
I would be down, but I'm in the States when it comes out. But I would, if I was in the UK, watch a Barbie Oppenheimer double feature and get sued for it. I know it's a...
I would also watch fucking Barbie Oppenheimer double feature.
I don't know what you watch first though. Do you watch? I think you watch Oppenheimer first, and then you watch Barbie.
I also think so.
I think that's like
you watch Oppenheimer and then you leave Oppenheimer and go to fucking Barbie. The fucking Oppenheimer ends with like the nuclear bomb dropping, millions dead. Cuts to actual live footage from the Hiroshima, and then you walk out that cinema and go into Barbie's dream. Let's go! You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna leave halfway through Oppenheimer.
You're just sitting in the theater watching Barbie, and you just hear the next screen over is playing Oppenheimer. It's like a nuke scene in the fucking screen. You can hear the nuke going off, and like the scene where like Ken's dancing or something, because it's a Christopher Nolan film, so like the nuke is going to be an actual nuke detonated in the theater. And at like 150 decibels, while like everyone's talking
you
in the film, and you can't hear them talk.
Screams and shit.
Yeah.
You hear the screams and shit when it's just Ryan Gosling fucking hitting the gritty.
Ryan Gosling. Dude, have you seen the Ryan Gosling like promotion
like
stuff that he's been doing for Ken?
He's just like me.
He's like, yeah, I love what Greta Gerwig's doing with like the promotion where she's like Ryan Gosling did an interview where he was like, "You guys don't understand Ken. You're like hypocrites. You think you're interested in Ken, but I saw a Ken doll like lying on the side of the road without its arms." And I was like, "That's why I have to take this role."
Yeah.
Dude, I love that.
He's just like me, bro. He's just like me. I'm actually Ken.
Yeah, and you can't be Ken though, because I'm Ken. Like that's my personality.
No, I'm Ken. Okay, I'm K from Blade Runner.
No, but he's also.
Is it okay? I'm Barbie.
Okay.
I'm
okay.
Barbie.
No. Okay, fine. I'm the guy with the scorpion jacket and Drive.
No. But that's literally me too.
No. That's me. It's literally me. That fucking 2-hour video essay, and why Ryan Gosling is literally me. Fuck off. Yeah, I watched Elementals last week.
Yeah.
That's the Inside Out, but with fire, right?
Yep.
How are they getting away with making the same film, but like just slightly changing?
I'm not gonna lie. It's literally like Zootopia, but instead of animals, it's elements.
It basically loses like 80% of its demographic like appeal.
And also just made worse as well. Zootopia was actually pretty decent, and it was like Predator versus Prey. And then Elemental is just fire versus water, but it's worse. It's like, okay, sick. I mean, it's it's still animated fantastic, right? So
Pixar's sort of lost it. You know, they used to be like the #1 animation people, and they've sort of just fallen off.
My biggest worry.
Anyway, they still do good stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's still good, right? It's still good. I think every Pixar movie is good. It's just not the heights of Pixar.
Well, Cars 2 was a Pixar film, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that's the best movie ever made. So, but the biggest problem with Pixar is they've made like the last like 3 unique IPs the new IPs that Pixar's made have bombed.
Oh, like the Good Dinosaur.
Yeah, they might stick to just making fucking sequels forever now, which will be sad. But
trash like Illumination films.
Yeah. Oh, there's going to be an Inside Out too.
Exactly. My point exactly. Bro, did you ever get a feeling from Inside Out that you could have done that there could be an Inside Out?
No, but did you get a feeling that it would just be a film called Clod? And it's an hour 30 of Claude rizzing.
Oh my god, he's actually the Rizzler.
Does he? Does he rizz?
Claude the Rizzler.
The Riz? Is it Claude season?
It's Claude season, baby.
Yeah?
It's Claude-tober.
Yeah, I think Pixar made like Red or whatever that shitty movie
Turning
was.
Red. I didn't see that one. Last one I saw was Soul, and Soul was
It made
good.
Soul was good.
I watched Soul,
Actually,
and that was the last one I saw, and I didn't see the couple before it. Like, I never watched Toy Story 4 either, which apparently was good.
I never watched Toy Story 4. But Soul was actually really good. I really liked Soul. Luca was good.
There
Luca
was
was really good.
Onward, which I didn't see. Lightyear, I didn't see.
Luca?
Luca, I didn't see.
Luca was really good. I'd recommend that.
Oh yeah, like that was supposed to be quite bad too, wasn't it? I don't know. I don't really watch that many films though. I'm not a filmer.
No, I don't watch.
I used to be a filmer. I'm less of a filmer nowadays.
I only watch. Actually, I watched. Have you guys seen any of the Mission Impossible films?
No.
A few.
Oh,
But I know
not-
they done the new one, right?
yeah, I
What's the new one?
watched Mission
Is that where you're
Impossible
going with
Fallout recently. That film is like so fucking crazy. Like Tom Cruise is actually unironically probably the best action star of all time. Yeah, he's a crazy Scientologist. But like he is genuinely probably the best action star of all time. Like the guy is crazy dedicated to his roles. And he's just like so
Yeah,
good at
he
the
is.
stunt work
He is.
and like the physical aspect of it. It's like Eddie.
Are you sure he's not better than
Keanu Reeves.
Johnny Silverhand? Keanu Reeves, that's it.
Well, the problem
Actually,
is
have you
Keanu's
seen
only
John
done
Wick 3? Fucking-
Did we watch John Wick 3? Oh, that was Kino, right?
we did.
Wait, I haven't
yeah,
seen
yeah.
John Wick 4 though. 4?
Were you not there for 4?
Yeah.
Hmm.
No. I ended up
Four
falling
was-
asleep.
I liked 4, but it wasn't the
Oh.
best one.
Oh yeah, he fell asleep. He lied about taking his dog out for a walk and then fell asleep.
What?
Was that one?
I
No,
didn't-
that wasn't that one.
Oh, that was that bad?
That was another. That was
Which one
something
was
else.
the one
Yeah,
where
that was
you lied?
another time.
I don't think I
What was
have
the
lied
time where
about
you
it.
lied? Yeah, you said you took your dog out
I
and
think
then they
there is
show
a
up at
time
your
where I
house and your dog was outside.
They were
your
petting your
house.
dog when you said
Oh.
I was walking my dog.
That's Santa. Get that done.
Yeah, I'm not much of a movie. I read manga nowadays. What
True.
can I say? Which
Yeah.
brings us right to our next topic.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell me, I want to hear your thoughts.
You told me to watch or to read Jujutsu Kaisen, and I read
Yeah,
It's like 200 chapters, is it roughly, or is it more?
yeah. It's two. The most recent chapter is 279.
Oh, okay. I read like halfway. I got over 100 chapters, I think, and pretty much every time I read it, I was reading it before like sleeping, which is what I normally do, and then
Yeah.
I was just not really feeling it every time I read it. And I was like, yeah. So eventually I just gave up. The only character I liked was Gojo, and that was it.
Yes.
That was the only likable character. I didn't like any of the main three really, and the villains I didn't care much for, and the side characters were okay. Like I liked Boogie Woogie and the panda,
Yeah.
but I didn't love them. They was just like I like them, and that was,
Yeah,
and then I just gave up. So instead, I read a book in like 3 days, and then
You touch grass.
I read it was Upgrade by Blake Crouch, who did Dark Matter and Recursion. It's pretty good. Recommend it.
Mhm.
Wasn't his best one, but there's enough that I read it really quick. And then I started reading one that I'm still reading at the moment called, I think it's a manga.
Upgrade isn't that a film, or am I thinking of something else?
It might be a film called it. I don't think it's based off the book.
It's like a film where the guy gets paralyzed and then he puts a chip in his brain that makes him not paralyzed.
No, it's based on
Okay.
it's set like slightly in the future, and gene modding is like a much more common thing, but it's kind of outlawed. And the main character gets
His penis enlarged.
he gets gene modded through like an attack,
They're-
and then it's basically
the same thing.
you know Limitless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just becomes like John Limitless essentially, but he's also strong and stuff. And the first act is like pretty good, and then the second and third acts are not as good. So it started off really good, and then just all veered off. Because the problem with like any writing is if your main character is super smart, it's quite hard to write drama about them because
It's just hard to write a super smart character because if you're writing an intelligent character, they're probably smarter than the writer, right?
yes,
It's
it was
tough.
definitely this guy. the best bit was when he was like still getting smarter, essentially, and then it peaked. It's pretty much. I mean, there was a couple of other bits, but I'd say that was it. It was still good, but it wasn't a 10 out of 10. Like I'd probably say Dark Matter was, but maybe like an 8 or a 7 out of 10. But yeah, now I'm reading a manga, not a manga, a Korean one, because apparently it's like solo leveling, which I really liked.
Oh,
It's called.
is that
Go on.
is that like you said solo leveling?
Yeah, that's why I
Is that like
read
the
that.
MMO ones where they're like an MMO player?
Yeah, essentially.
Oh, I hate this.
Yeah, I really like that. And now this one is the beginning after the end, which is it's like a generic isekai, essentially. But I really liked it, so it's been good. There's a guy who was a king, and then he woke up back as a baby, but in a different world. So it's like a proper isekai.
Have you seen in Russia? And I think this is a couple years ago, but in Russia they had to ban isekai manga because the reason they did it. This is funny, but it's also really fucked up. But the reason they did it is because there were allegedly too many people committing suicide to go to isekai themselves.
Oh no!
They banned it.
Oh no!
It's horrible, but like that's just such a funny headline.
Hmm.
Jesus. But I saw like some soldier in the Ukraine war like wrote on his grenade ticket to the anime world as well. Jesus.
That's sick. Yeah, that's my my anime news or manga news. Apart from the generic monthly stuff.
So there's like a really major thing happening in what's happening live in Jujutsu Kaisen right now, week to week.
Hmm.
And Jujutsu Kaisen, like I never super gelled with it, but I gelled enough to get through it.
Mm.
But to be honest, at this point, it's one of the mangas where I'm reading because it pisses me off.
But
Like,
you're
it's
just
just-
angry because you don't think it's good and you're just
Well,
hate
not that. I don't care what's happening in the thing. I like read the chapter so I know what's happening to then check like the Reddit thread of the chapter release to read the comments and be mad at humans because they're all so fucking stupid and
so
care
you're
too
just
much.
reading it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
Yeah.
like what all the Attack on Titan fans did for like the last chapters of that manga.
Yeah.
It is fun to like read a manga and then like go on or like watch a show and like go on Reddit and just like read all the stuff about it as well.
Yeah.
It's like fun
It's
being
fun.
invested
It's-
in stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you get
it's
to see
fun
like all
to
the
read.
memes. I think that's like one of the advantages.
There is unironically a funny meme that happened on the Reddit that people reference, and it makes me laugh every time. You know, you might know this, Marshall. You know Gojo?
Mm.
You know he has his different attacks, like blue and red and that?
Yeah, vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, well, his attacks like blue and red, and someone wrote like a fan-made chapter of what's going to happen in this most recent fight.
Mm.
And he made Gojo was about to lose, and they went, nah, lime green! And now, every time there's a new chapter release, someone in the comment thread just goes, you think it's over, but lime green's coming. And it makes me
That's
laugh.
funny. I like
every
in jokes like
fucking
that. They're always good.
It's just
There's
fucking
a
the lime
there's
green.
a Hearthstone one
The
where
lime green's coming.
a guy had a dream that there was like green. There was just green cards added, and it was just cards where they were green. And then like whenever there's an update, someone's like, "Oh, green cards are coming," and then sometimes dev patch notes. It's like we're adding green cards.
What does that even mean, green card?
No, there's
I don't know. Have
I like
ever
stuff
been
like
on the Anarchy Pet subreddit? They have their own one there where like they just keep talking about like the en passant move where they're like,
yeah,
"Have you
yeah.
tried googling en passant?" And then like the reply to that is like, "Holy hell!" And then like someone would always just like reply to that like new response just dropped or something.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
Google en passant. Holy hell!
Yeah, Google en passant is a classic chess. Yeah, I like being invested in stuff.
Yeah, inside jokes like that are funny.
Fucking Magnus Carlsen is actually just the Giga Chat chess. Like he's won like 11 world championships
He's
or something,
retired,
right?
hasn't he,
Like
or similar?
undisputed best player of his
He's
time.
not competing.
And then he just stops playing world
Yeah.
championships because he's like prepping for them, and just starts like live streaming, like playing drunk and like high
Yeah.
and doing stuff like the bong
Yeah.
well. Like unironically,
And winning.
what a
Yeah.
Giga Chat.
And winning
Holy hell.
games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. It's so he gets like piss drunk or like he
Yeah.
gets like decently buzzed, right? And then he like plays like bullet chess tournaments against grandmaster players
Yeah.
and is still like stomping them.
Yeah.
And like he does stuff like where he'll play 3 dead moves at the start of the game while drunk, and then he'll beat someone who is like so unfathomably better at chess than like anyone else on the planet except Magnus Carlsen. Like he's
so
unironically
funny. Just big respect to him.
He is him, bro. He
Yeah.
is him.
If he wants to stop, fair play. He's already
he's
proven enough.
unironically like if Magnus Carlsen is being like arrogant about stuff, he's like one of the people. That's few people in the world where if they like get like arrogant about stuff it's related to their field of expertise, you have to just be like, yeah, you know what? Yeah. No, you do deserve to be this like. You kind of have earned being this much of a dick about it, I guess.
It is insane how good he is at chess.
Yeah.
Well, he's lost as white like less than 10 times. So
Yeah.
basically, if he plays white, you don't win.
Yeah,
You just have to 1v1 him and hope he plays black for just a chance to win. Because he's better at the openings and everything else past him. His theory is so much better, as well as his general play.
His end game isn't he like supposed to be like that's where he's like the best, right? Well, he's probably the best in the world.
I think he's best at everything, yeah, but I think his end game is very good.
He is the best.
His end games are
just,
good.
Finds lines.
It's because he plays off theory as well. He'll just be. That's why what's it called when the pieces are shuffled? It's like a new, more popular one.
Fisher Random.
Yeah, Fisher Random. That's why that's more popular now because it actually looks at how someone is good at chess rather than how good they are at knowing chess, like
opening lines and stuff.
And similar. Then he's obviously really good at that.
Yeah, that's something I've seen like a bunch of chess players, like, or not a bunch. I've seen like Hikaru Nakamura and Magnus Carlsen both talk about how they dislike the intense like memorization that you have to do to compete in tournaments at a high level.
Yeah.
Where you're just like studying specific lines in like great detail.
Yes.
It's something that takes a lot of time and is
But Magnus would just play like an offline move after like it'd be like a 10 move line, and then he just plays like the 7th one differently, and they're like
Yeah, that's why he stopped doing World Championship, right? He was like, I can't be asked to like do a bunch of memorization.
Yeah, that's what I mean, right? I said that earlier.
Fair enough.
But yeah, he also he plays like a bunch of bullet now as well, because it's just. Listen, I've been saying it for years. Bullet chess is the best way to play chess, and then of playing bullet chess and chess variants, atomic bullet is the gentleman's game.
Mm-hmm.
It is the gentleman's game. The four horsemen opening.
Dude, it's so funny how tilted Sam got when we were just playing. Like atomic bullet at like 1 a.m. or drunk.
And
he was like, "This isn't real chess, you know. This is fake shit."
And he just lost. He lost like 10 times in a row and just got so mad.
I see you've left your queen wide open, good sir. Checkmate. Good play, good game, sir.
Good play.
Oh, you have beaten me. Good job.
Doing the gentleman 4 horsemen opening will never not be funny.
You say you've moved your horse here, and I will move mine here to counter you. And 2 horsemen are on the field. You'll put your horse here, so it's now a 4 horseman opening. I see, indeed. You just like blow up all your knights in the middle of the field. That's such a. I love it, toy. It's so stupid.
Instantly, all 4 horsemen just blow each other up.
Whoever invented atomic, that's probably the smartest man on the planet. I'm saying it.
Probably Robert Oppenheimer.
Yeah, probably was.
No, I intended atomic chess to help mankind, not to destroy it. No, my nuclear bomb of kill ultra mega death kill was supposed to
recut the Oppenheimer trailer, but it's atomic chess.
Where are you headed from now then, Greg?
I'm heading off to your mom's house.
Yeah, good one. You're in a hotel at the moment, right? This is the first hotel you've stayed in? In America? Obviously not ever.
No, I try and stay in like once a week or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Just so you need to charge stuff.
Is it
but I'll probably...
Is it a lot rougher camping?
It depends where you are. There's a lot of
Nice.
places in the US where you're legally just allowed to like camp, like in state forests or national forests.
Do you have to be more careful of stuff like coyotes?
You have to be
'Cause
careful of
they're
black
about.
bears.
Yeah, so they're about.
For bears, all you do is you keep your food in one bag, seal it,
Yes.
and then when you cook food, you cook it away from where you sleep. You don't bring it into your tent or eat in your tent. And then when
Yes.
you go to sleep or when you're away from your camp or whatever, you string your food up on a tree. Either you string it between two trees, so it's in the middle of it, because bears can climb really well, as
Yeah.
long as it's 4 feet away from a tree trunk, or it's 6 feet. You're good.
Yeah.
And it's usually easier to string it between two trees that way, and tie your rope to the tree, or you can do it from one as well if it's 4 feet away.
Yeah.
Or if you're staying somewhere, some like campsites, including free ones, have bear boxes, which is just metal boxes you put your food in,
Right.
your food bags in.
It's kind of.
But it's pretty
cool
simple.
you
I
have to
haven't
do it.
even seen I've not seen a single bear, so
I mean, you're unlikely to, I think.
yeah.
How much longer you got?
Decent while till like September, Wilbur.
Are you enjoying it? Are
Sheesh.
you regretting it
Yeah.
at all, or is it?
I'm regretting doing your
Yeah, good one.
you got syphilis, and now I have it.
No. How did your bivy bag stand up this time? Was that the one that broke?
I'm only using it because I'm too paranoid about like ticks and stuff to sleep out in the open under trees with it. Ticks and like spiders and like copperheads and stuff. I want to or even bears to an extent as well. But it's mostly ticks.
What if you woke up and a bear was in your bivy bag?
That would be pretty impressive. I'd be impressed by the bear. I don't know. Have you seen the new Baldur's Gate 3 trailer? Refer to that for my answer to that.
Did you see Gex? Gex is coming back.
No, but
Gex
the
is
Baldur's Gate
back.
3
Gex
joke, by
is
the way,
back, baby.
the joke is that you can have sex with a bear in that game.
Nice.
There you go. You're welcome.
Just like Baldur's Gate 2.
No, that's 3. The new one. The
Yeah, but
Larian
you
one.
couldn't too.
I don't think you could.
No,
have
you
sex with a bear.
couldn't too.
I don't know. I haven't played the second one, so I've played the first one, and then I was gonna play the second, but I was like, I don't know. I don't like real time with pause 2E. It's kind of just a tedious.
Yeah,
It's a play.
My kind of game.
But I'm fine with real time with pause on the Pathfinder games, probably because I don't know. Maybe I'm a hypocrite. When I replayed Kingmaker recently. I did play it like half turn based though, half real time with pause. So maybe it's not. I like Pillars of Eternity. That was real time with pause. So it's good. I'm gonna keep talking about RPGs until someone stops me. So.
Does Super Mario
just-
RPG count?
Oh wait, no, I played
You
Dragon's
can get
Dogma.
points for that.
Yeah, Dragon's
I
Dogma,
think
so.
but it's not like a top-down JRPG.
No, it's close enough.
And Dark Souls as well. I guess I like Japanese third-person RPGs. They're good. Like Dragon's Dogma is really good. The second game got announced, so that would be cool. Elliott, you should play Dragon's Dogma. It's probably a game you'd like. And then it's also very quotable, but not in a good way, because wolves hunt in packs arisen. Wolves hunt in packs. 'Tis weak to fire. 'Tis weak to fire and ice both arisen. Winds howling arisen. Wolves hunt in packs. No, people who've played that game will be like, that's a funny.
It sounds real
I
pompous.
think
be
that's
like, that was
probably their
really funny.
game.
They'd be like, this guy. I like what he's putting down. I'd like to listen to his comedy podcast more. I'd like to subscribe to his Fansly.
Like to use code EATS8.
All right, guys. No more talking about RPG. What do we think about Hughgate?
What?
Neither of you
What?
know what that is, do you?
Who? What? No.
No.
Oh my god, you guys don't know about
Hugh
Hughgate?
Gate.
You know the guy who announced the Queen's death on BBC?
Yeah. Yeah.
Marshall,
Oh,
just say
yes, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. He apparently bought OnlyFans pictures from someone who was like 19 or 20 at the time, and then his mum got mad at that. The child, or not child,
His
20-year-old's mum. Like, mad
Oh,
at that.
okay.
And then contacted the son and was like, "This guy is buying underage, soliciting naked pictures from underage." And then the son ran that article, and
What, is
Now
it
the
being
guy's
19?
career-
What, 19?
Yeah, I think he was like. So, I think it's like unclear how old the kid was, but so the son said he was buying pictures from an underage person, or no, he was buying his OnlyFans pictures, right?
There are actually
But to get on
8,000.
OnlyFans, you have to provide an ID
have
to be over 18, right? And then also the
Yeah,
police
exactly.
investigated it, and they said they found nothing that was criminally prosecutable. So that sort of implies to me that he's over 18, but he's still like
Isn't
on
he,
the
like,
young
isn't
side.
he like, and isn't he married and stuff as well?
Oh yeah, he's married, but I don't think his. I don't know how much his wife cares. Also, that's like between them, right?
Very true.
Yeah.
Basically, it was a guy who was like 50, 60 years old buying, naked pictures of like a very young guy. So it's.
Yeah, but going from my very limited knowledge, I don't mean to offend if I'm wrong, but it's not much different than just like buying porn, is it not?
Oh, I mean, it's an ethical way to consume porn, actually, right? Because you're paying money direct to them. If like someone that young is putting pictures out, and it's not like, I wouldn't say it's unethical to like buy them as like a 60-year-old, right? Like, because if you're creating those pictures, you're doing it with the implicit
without
understanding that anyone can get it, including.
I'm trying to
anybody
tread a
verified,
fine
right?
line here. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it really, like morally, I guess. Like someone's consensually selling
I
pictures of themselves to someone else.
And someone buying it, assuming they're of age. Yeah.
It's something you've like opted into, right?
Yeah, if you're selling pictures of yourself
you're aware
online.
that if you're selling pictures, then a 60-year-old
Yeah,
can
the
buy
implicit
them.
understanding is anyone can buy them, including your mum. So,
Yeah,
it's sort of why you should,
exactly.
be careful
it's
about selling.
It's a bit
stuff, I
creepy,
guess,
but
if
a
you're-
60-year-old buying them's not wrong. Like,
Yeah,
It's not a
but
good look on the
the-
60-year-old.
No, but
the
it's
point
not-
is,
But-
it's one of those things that comes under the, especially if you're a public figure, like a BBC presenter, it's one of the things that comes under the, you can legally do it, but you probably shouldn't, right?
I guess. To me, it doesn't seem
It's
that bad.
unwise
But
to do that, right? To put
Because-
yourself, to
yes,
expose
yeah.
yourself to that situation. But to be fair, I'm not sure we know the whole details of it.
No,
like, in regard-
I believe I don't have enough to. I may have just instantly said it's okay, and it's definitely not okay. But have a big side note quotations
now
around all of that.
now you've condoned child trafficking.
Yeah, careful.
There's a huge difference to buying some guys 20-year-olds OnlyFans versus going out in the fucking street
Yeah,
and taking pictures of them unconsensually.
yeah, and them not being 19, whatever.
Yeah, like a fucking huge
Yeah.
difference, right?
That's all I mean. That's all we're saying. Don't
Also,
cancel the
OnlyFans is a
podcast.
British company, so big ups to the UK.
Is it? Wow.
Just wanted to include that in the discussion, right?
Okay.
It's relevant. I think there's a UK company. Yeah, internet content subscription service based in London, United Kingdom. Big up, UK.
Let's
go! UK.
Big up, big up. Is it on the
We are number
FTSE
one.
Sponsored.
100?
Hashtag not sponsored.
Is it on the FTSE?
Hashtag
I
I
don't
wish.
know if it's I don't know if it's public company.
Hashtag I wish we were sponsored by OnlyFans.
I'm not 100% sure it's a public company, to be honest.
Hashtag sponsored by War Thunder.
What do you guys think of the
Alright,
Activision
guys.
Blizzard acquisition?
I think it's based, and I'm happy it's going through. People are like, consolidation's bad, and you know what my answer to that is? I don't play Activision games or Blizzard games, because I'm not a brain-dead AAA video game consumer, brackets yet, but if they go on Game Pass, then I might play them, so it's good for me. Don't really care about anyone else.
I mean, Blizzard has just been on a downhill slope for the last few years now, haven't they?
Yeah, like, I mean, if I can like pay like £9 or whatever to play the COD games for like a month, play like multiplayer for a month, or like zombies for a month, right? That's better deal for me than paying
Yeah.
$69.99 to play it. Especially since I don't really care about those games. Like I like Game Pass. You play Pentiment. That's a good game.
How long does
The Game Pass
how long does the online last for?
What do you mean? Like, how long do they keep the servers up?
Yeah.
I mean, the servers for Modern Warfare 2 are still up, so 11, 12 years at least.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it about 10 years?
Like Black Ops 3 servers are still up.
Are they? What about 2 or 1?
2 and 1 official servers are down, but someone has made like custom
Yeah,
servers, I'm pretty
that's-
sure. Maybe official servers are still up, to be honest. Maybe.
I know
I'm not
that's what I imagined that cut-off point is approaching, like 10 years.
I mean, it's probably like
Yeah.
dependent on how many people are playing the games as well. And
Yes,
the
I'm sure
revenue
it
they're
is,
getting
yeah.
from selling it, right?
I remember
But-
World at War was super scuffed even in like 2011. It was just the entire lobby was just hackers with all of their cheats.
You get a lot of modded lobbies and hackers on PC Modern Warfare 2 as well.
It's funny.
Yeah, but what do you guys think about ActiBlizz being bought by Game Pass? Are you guys like... Oh, I don't know if any of you have actually looked into the case and like read any of the arguments the FTC were making.
Yeah, I've read it all. I studied up hard. I knew it was going to be on the test, so I made sure to read all the material, study all the notes. I got my book here. I've got I've done my mind map here. I've done all the colours, and I'm ready for it. Yeah,
the arguments the FTC
were making was so bad. Yeah,
terrible.
It's like they never. It's so bizarre to me because I'm generally I'm in favor of the FTC challenging it. I think they should, do it. I think it's good for mergers like this to be put under scrutiny, even if I think ultimately it should go through. I think like public advocacy against like big corporations merging and consolidating is generally good, even if I support this specific instance. But like it did not feel like the FTC had any idea about like the video game market at all. Like it's so bizarre to me.
They were just, for some reason, they just became hyper-focused on Call of Duty.
Yeah, and or it's also xCloud as well. They were super focused on the incredibly niche xCloud. Yeah. It felt like they were more concerned with protecting like Sony's market leadership position than they were with protecting like consumers. The judge called them out on that like a couple of times as well. It's just like it was just a really badly done arguments.
Terrible arguments. Yeah, like I can understand blocking it from the perspective that Sony is in communication with Activision Blizzard for like their system specs, future system specs and stuff like that, right?
Sure.
And obviously, Microsoft will they'll have to communicate to Microsoft now, right?
I mean, I don't even think that's a reason to block a merger, though. Like, really?
No. I'm not saying that is a reason, but I'm saying that is like one of the reasons why you could argue against it, sort of thing. That kind of direction, but the FTC just didn't care, and they went, "Bro, keep Call of Duty on PlayStation." It's like, okay, bro. So Microsoft went, "We will, Giga Chad."
Seems like the CMA as well is that's the UK Consumer Monitoring Agent. Is it Consumer? What is CMA?
Yeah.
The CMA is probably going to let it through now as well, but But
did you see why?
Yeah, they're divesting xCloud, right? So basically, the agency that's supposed to advocate for consumer protection is making it so there's less competition in the cloud space by like it doesn't. Their argument is that Microsoft will gain too much dominance in the cloud space.
Microsoft like threatened the UK as well.
Oh, that stuff's all like par for the course. Microsoft doesn't actually. People act like Microsoft has more leverage over the UK than it actually does, because like the UK is like a key market for Microsoft, right? Like it can't.
It was very funny. It was very funny that Microsoft were making a point against it, saying Britain is in a really hard place right now, and you're gonna take away jobs because we're not gonna be in the UK.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? Fuck off, bro.
I don't know.
Talk about the actual argument.
Again, I hope COD being taken off PlayStation or whatever ends up with Sony trying to develop like a first-party shooter. There'll be more FPS games, right? Like more competition in that space because Sony now has to develop their own COD, right?
What, like Overwatch 2?
Yeah. Whatever. We don't talk about that one.
But I mean,
no one talks about that one anymore.
No, nobody talks about that one.
God, I just Overwatch 2.
What a disaster that situation was.
God damn, you can see why Jeff Kaplan.
I think I was for the merger as well, but I think my reasons are terrible. And
my reasons are
doesn't sound like you, Ali.
Individual personal selfishness. I don't really care too much about the overall health of the industry. I don't play these games. I don't want to play these like. Listen.
Yeah. My reasoning was.
I'll just stop talking.
My reasoning was I enjoy old Activision, old Blizzard games. I enjoy. and Blizzard recently have been shitting the bed. So maybe with if they get owned by Microsoft and have a bit of a shake-up, they might make good games again.
I would hope that happens, but Microsoft
Overwatch 3.
Microsoft is pretty bad at handling its studios. It's very
Oh yeah,
actually,
no, Microsoft has a terrible track
but
record. But
they just
realistically, like it can't get worse.
Yeah,
Surely.
probably. I mean, Bobby Kotick's going,
Surely.
so that's good.
I mean, I have not enjoyed a single Blizzard game for the past forever.
Yeah, and
So if they
like
never make a
Overwatch
good
1.
game again, nothing
I
will change.
thought
right?
Diablo 4 was supposed
It
to be
just feels
good.
like there's a higher chance they will make a good game again.
Was
under
Diablo
Microsoft.
4 not good? I thought it was.
I mean, I haven't
thought-
played it.
I don't like ARPGs.
Yeah, but I
so-
thought even if you didn't like it, I thought it was
it's
well
supposed
received,
to be
wasn't
good.
it? Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard it's okay, yeah.
something at
yeah,
least.
Blizzard has been dropping the ball, but my thing is if I can just get all those games on Game Pass and pay like £9 when I was never going to play those games anyway, and now I can, like, I'm fine with that. If they stop releasing Call of Duty forever
But bro,
or make it worse,
the
I also
long
don't care about
term.
that.
What about the long
The
term?
long term,
What
what
about
they
when
might up the price of it to like
when they
£14.
wipe out Sony and then they quadruple the price of Game Pass? What are you gonna do?
And they're also still not going to beat Sony with this. I think this merger doesn't even like. Isn't Microsoft like number like 4 in terms of like total gaming revenue? And like, yeah, they're not actually particularly strong in the market. And, like, yeah, I don't know. People act like Microsoft can infinitely buy game studios and that it doesn't cost a lot of money and it's not incredibly difficult to do. And they're like, they can't. And it's really easy to make new game studios and make new games, especially like smaller scale games, like the type of games I like to play.
At the same time, Microsoft as a company is valued at about 25 times what Sony
Microsoft
is.
isn't
Like
the Microsoft and Microsoft Gaming division are like they're not the same thing, right? Like the
Yeah, but
Microsoft Gaming division
not the
is
there was
same.
Microsoft
there was some linked internal emails of Microsoft people saying we are in a unique position that we can just buy Sony out of business.
but they can't.
Which
They
is
obviously can't because I don't know if you've looked at like the last 10 years of business, but Microsoft hasn't been doing too well. And they still aren't.
I mean they can't quickly. they definitely can buy Sony out of business. They definitely
I
can.
agree to disagree. I again don't think that like what are they gonna buy all the first party studios Sony already has? Are they gonna just because Microsoft the company overall has like $1 billion, right? Doesn't mean that they're just going to be like, okay, gaming division, you get to just light all that money on fire so that you could maybe potentially win over the gaming market. Like
That's what
not
they're
how
doing
companies
now.
work.
That's what they're doing now, though.
But they're not. They bought like 2 or 3 studios. Like they're not
Bro,
buying out everything.
They are making an omega loss on Game Pass.
Yeah, I know.
Omega.
But my point is,
They are literally burning money because they want to
think that
win
Microsoft
the
is
cloud
going to be
gaming
able
race.
to do that forever? Like, do you think like overall Microsoft is just going to be like, yeah, gaming division, you can just be in the red forever?
I think they could do it long enough to outlast Sony. Yes.
I mean, I
honestly believe
Microsoft
that.
buying those companies doesn't stop all the blockbuster PS5 exclusives that Sony is continually releasing, right? Like it doesn't stop your Last of Us 2's rated one of the best games of all time, your Last of Us 1's best game of all time, your Horizons, which are rated incredibly highly.
Yes, but
they can't buy all the multiplats out again.
I think they can just buy enough.
I
though.
I mean, this acquisition has taken what, like a year?
Can Sony live alone? Do everything they're doing? Can they survive alone?
Okay, how about this?
Just sales of Last of Us.
In fact, I can give you a counterfactual that would prove you're just wrong, right? There's already a company that does that. They're called Nintendo. Right?
Nintendo. No.
No. What do you mean no? That's just...
I don't think they are doing it on the scale Sony's doing it.
I mean, we can look at the financials, right? I think Nintendo makes more than Microsoft in the gaming sector.
It depends how you class it, right? Because they'll make more of Pokemon then, but whether or not that's like merch compared to the actual game.
No, we're talking about like gaming, right?
Well, yeah, but it depends how they class the stats that you'll read. If that's what I mean.
I would assume it would be related to video game sales, right? Like I don't know. I mean, Nintendo does prove that you can just do it by strong first party playing in niches that other people aren't going in. And I don't know, brother. I don't think that Microsoft is going to be able to buy those first parties from Sony. Sony have shown they're really good at developing those studios in-house. Microsoft has shown that they're absolutely, completely incompetent at doing it. Like the idea that Microsoft can just buy out all these studios and nothing will go on Sony, like, just doesn't really transfer the reality that we've seen.
But in terms of the cloud gaming space,
well, not in the UK anymore. The only way you can get cloud gaming for computers is Nvidia or PlayStation in the UK. You can't do soon not to work for Microsoft because they're not going to allow xCloud in the UK.
I just found a couple graphs for Nintendo and their mobile games. Look at this one first, which is how much people have downloaded them. And now look how much of a whale everyone playing Fire Emblem is.
Yeah, I mean, gacha people are brain damaged.
They are built differently.
Gacha people are
Listen, I fully support their decision to waste their money, but if they're going to waste their money, can they waste it on giving it to me, please?
How much is that per player?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Wales, right?
Yeah, on average, each player pays £54 on that game.
Yeah, but it's probably the distribution.
No, it'll be like 2%
of players make up like 40% of the revenue or some dumb number.
Yeah, 10% of players make up 90%.
Probably
of
more,
revenue,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's probably something dumb like that. I would imagine.
Just a crazy split. I mean that's why like Raid Shadow Legends and companies like that do insane sponsorships.
Yeah.
It's because
they just need whales.
All they need is for you to. If it gets advertised to 1 million people, if one of them is a whale, they make their money back. That's what they do.
Do you want to see my Fire Emblem characters?
It's honestly pretty predatory, but
I mean, I don't know if you're.
At the same time, you're the one that's spending the money, right?
There's like a level of infantilization that feels like I can't stoop to for like gacha stuff. Like if you genuinely are spending thousands of dollars on gacha games, you have no one to blame but yourself. Like this isn't
what about
like
Mecha Jiraxis though?
Yeah, I mean you have no one to blame but yourself.
What,
like $50 buying that.
What's your opinion on gambling then?
Okay, maybe this is also
what's
hard.
The difference in your What's the difference in your mind?
The difference is in gambling, the money is real. Like I can, if I gamble and like win money, I can use it to improve my life, and there's the prospect of being like a really poor person and being like, yeah, I could just win a better life, a life where I don't have to work at the gambling table. That doesn't exist at gacha. You're not getting a tangible asset.
Yeah, I guess you can't cash out.
You're not getting a tangible asset in gacha. You're literally burning money in gacha. With gambling, there's the prospect that you can. There's the dream that you're preying on, that you can win it big and escape like the capitalist system and not have to work anymore.
Whales are buying to flex though, bro. Their life will be better.
Well, it's also a lot of FOMO.
It's not about like my life will be better. It's my life will be fundamentally different. Like I won't.
My life will be fundamentally different if I have a 5-star.
I mean, not really
waifu.
though. There's not really a credible, reasonable way you can like believe that in the same aspect of.
I think it's a lot of like I've got everything else for the last 5 years.
Having all my medical bills paid forever, and not being homeless, right? Like you can understand that's a fundamentally different thing to having a 5-star waifu patsu. I obviously there's an aspect. It depends how you define gambling. So I've seen gambling defined in ways where it's like it's only considered gambling if you're getting like money, if you're getting a tangible asset out of it, something that you can like sell or turn into money, like chips or money or gold or like a car. So the reason why is because if you include stuff like gacha or loot boxes as gambling in the same aspect of what I consider real gambling, then you should also consider like Kinder Eggs as gambling. Or World of Warcraft, you're paying a subscription fee if you're a raider, so that every week you can play a raid and have a chance at getting certain loot. So you're essentially paying that subscription fee with a delayed loot box to get like gamer loot, right? Like, isn't that also gambling? Paying a WoW sub fee, right? Like, you can sort of reduce it to that, and it feels like
Yeah,
the
I
term's
suppose
too
you could
broad.
make an argument for it.
So that's why I tend to.
I would argue that it's different though.
Yeah,
I'd
but
argue
I'd
that's
say you could
different.
make an
Because
argument
you
for
have
it.
to clicking open loot box is a lot different to doing a raid. Just
Okay,
like
so
mechanically.
wait. So it wouldn't. So if we like added like a maze puzzle game before you open every loot box, that'd be cool. Like that's not gambling anymore. What level of abstraction do you have to have on that open loot box button before you don't consider it gambling anymore?
Enough for
Like,
someone
the
to classify it as a
it's
game.
similar enough, which is you're paying money to have a chance of getting something right. That's why I consider a term that includes like gambling. And this is just me personally. I mean, I haven't read any literature on it. This is just the way I feel about personally, where I would have to consider like tangible real world assets to be gambling, I guess.
No, I mean that's like the.
But you can
That is probably the way you should define it.
term, I guess. I don't know. It's a complicated subject.
That probably
I
is
also
the
don't
way
really
you should
like
define it, but
much for catcher, so.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I think there are ways that it's like that it can be super predatory with the FOMO stuff, but at the same time, like again, how's just have
Yeah, exactly.
self-control. This is like part where maybe I'm just being like an arsehole libertarian on this aspect, but like just have self-control, forehead. I don't think
there is a. I mean, there is obviously the degree of some people. Just
also, I don't think anyone's like
don't have self-control.
Caveat. I don't think anyone but Darkside Phil is bankrupting themselves by like buying gacha stuff.
A lot of people are, bro. A lot of people.
I think the majority of players aren't though, who are whales. I don't think most whales are spending all of their savings because they've got enough money that they don't need to. I'm not saying that some.
I don't know. It would be. I think it'd be interesting to look at.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure it would be.
The statistics of people that are going bankrupt gambling versus the statistics of people going bankrupt spending money on gacha.
I mean, I'd wager gambling by a significant. So my prior belief before. Like,
yeah, I would assume gambling.
Yeah.
Would
So
I
would also
gambling by a significant margin.
I would also assume that, but I don't. I'm not confident. Is the thing?
I'm fairly
I just think that like 95% confidence on that statement.
Well, if you're like out of money or you're very low, people would be more likely to take out a loan to try and gamble to win it back than just to buy more gacha stuff.
Yeah, that's also true. Gambling does put you in sort of that vicious spiral where if you like lose $2,000 and you have like $2,000 left, you can be like you can sunk cost fallacy harder than you can in gacha, because in gacha there's no way that you're getting that $2,000 back, right? Like it's gone into the machine forever.
Yeah.
So you can walk away and be like, damn, I just wasted $2,000. But with gambling, you can be like, damn, I just wasted $2,000. But if I double down, I could get it all back.
Yeah. So I would assume it's a lot worse.
I mean, yes and no. I for the record, I 100% agree with you guys.
I agree, however, yes and no.
But I mean,
I hold both opinions, so
it's
I'm never
interesting
wrong.
to think about. It's interesting to think about playing devil's advocate to get this.
I mean, there's probably research done on the prevalence of this in gacha.
I guarantee there are some people that are spending money because they're like, I'm due a 5-star, and then I'll sell my account.
But also,
right? But not as many.
You can't legislate bad financial decisions forever in every aspect, right? That's what I mean by
I agree. No. Again, I 100% agree.
There's going to be people who are donating that last paycheck to VTubers, who are like, notice me, Pantsu Slayer VTuber. It's like, that person is, from my perspective, making a poor financial decision. But at the same time, it's their decision to make.
I have no problem with gacha games at all.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, my problem if
you're wasting your money on gacha games
are all shit.
No, I would disagree with that. I think it's very easy to be predatory on people who you wouldn't necessarily consider, because it's easy for yourself to say that, but would you be as likely to say that for your parents, for example? Or
so my
parents play gacha games.
No,
spending
but
$10,000 on gacha games, and not giving it to my inheritance.
Just anything, even like Candy Crush. So just
But like
something.
everything's predatory. Like I don't know.
No, but I mean it's
If
it's
you're-
easier to
I-
say.
There's a
I think by
difference
using, like, the
between
tactic-
paying to get
it's-
5-star versus paying to play, right?
I-
With like Candy Crush, it's like you've run out of tries. Pay 5p to try.
Yeah,
again.
I meant more of.
That is different to pay for a 5-star unit. Big Dickus the
Yeah,
Third.
but
that there are predatory practices, but at the same time, if you're reducing like every single one of these and using the term predator in every single case, you're watering down the term, right? Like you can't just call like everything that you don't like predatory. Like I've seen people call like battle passes predatory because they're like, oh, it's FOMO, bro, and it's like they gotta
Yeah.
have like some way of attracting people to spend.
If you
it.
buy the
You-
battle
you
pass,
really,
and it feels like you're forced to play the game.
yeah, it's like
It's predatory. It's like what?
It's
are you
like,
talking
really?
about?
Just-
I would say it
What-
is. I would agree with that.
I mean,
What?
again, maybe my
I mean, if
predatory
you buy the
practices
battle
is, like-
pass, you are buying the battle pass aware that you need to play the game.
For sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. That's not wrong.
I don't
So
know.
how is that predatory?
Because you
thought-
feel like
I
you have
thought,
to
like,
buy it because this is your only chance to get the skins or whatever.
Okay, just don't do that. Just act like an adult and be like, and realize that sometimes as an adult you can't always get everything you want.
Actually, I'm on
That's
Marshall's
what I
side.
mean
Now
by,
that I
like,
think about it,
infantilizing, because
the fact that I don't have John Wick in
Yeah.
Fortnite from the Season
Yeah.
1 Battle
it's
Pass
causing me physical pain.
is
Yeah.
actually
It's like
Actually
I've
does
lost
make me
that, but
sad.
like, yeah, I don't know. That's what again, it's just what I mean by like infantilizing. Like if you're an adult and you're feeling that way, like just grow the fuck up, dude. Like genuinely.
Yeah, but why
Like yeah,
can't
it
the
sucks that it sucks that the monetization isn't that great for you, but that doesn't mean it's like some hyper predatory. This is ruining lives. Like
I think it's
predatory
predatory
is
in
just, like,
comparison
payday
to
loans
just
for
having
a
it
lot of
available permanently.
because the company makes
but
less money.
then-
That's the
then
downside.
there's-
That's how
there's
life
al-
works.
there's
Companies
also
try
the
and
da-
make money, bro.
There's also
Yeah, of course they do.
There's also the argument that if you've purchased the battle pass and you've gotten a skin from it, that there's a prestige to other people not being able to get it,
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
right? So you're not telling me that the people that do have that John Wick Fortnite skin aren't on the Fortnite Reddit being like fucking non-John Wick lovers, kill yourself.
Yeah, and then the people will be
Right?
like, "Damn, I got to buy this battle
And
pass."
that's sick for those guys.
They
though.
LTG,
right?
yeah, they get a sense of pride and accomplishment by
Yeah.
spending that money.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but then the people who
what's the
haven't
problem,
got
bro?
it feel pressured.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, they feel a little bad.
Oh no!
Oh,
Yeah.
Again, just
Oh
circling back to
no!
my point. You're an adult. Hopefully, grow up.
Yeah, I think that level of like predatory is so acceptable.
Yeah,
so
I
unbelievably
guess my
not even close
barometer
to the line.
for predatory has to be like real harm is being done, and I don't consider that like wanting to have something but not having it to be harm.
Has anyone ever bankrupt themselves from buying a battle pass?
Probably,
Has anyone ever
probably
looked at their
there
bank
probably is
account,
someone.
been minus
Yeah.
2k,
Mm.
they're about to go bankrupt and gone. This 15 quid Apex Legends
Yeah.
battle pass, bro.
Yeah,
I
there
don't
will be.
buy it, I
There
won't
will
get
be
the-
someone
I
in
won't
that
get the
situation.
the sparkly Pathfinder grapple cop
Also,
skin.
I just want to say, people complaining about Overwatch loot boxes, you're the reason why we have the shitty battle passes in Overwatch 2,
Battle
where you
pass,
don't get
you're
free
100
characters.
Pro. It's actually worse, bro.
It is.
It's so much
It's
worse.
worse.
and
See,
it's
like-
not close.
I'm not gonna call it like predatory. I just don't like the monetization way. Like, see that's how
Okay.
like you disagree with that as an adult. You can be like, yeah, this
So-
sucks. I don't
so-
like going through it.
I will say where it gets predatory is like when you actually lock like guns or like characters.
I don't
in
even
a battle
consider that
pass.
predatory. I just think it's just shit. It's just
I think that's. I mean that it's both. I would say.
I wouldn't say that's much more
If
predatory.
it's like skins or bro, but it's literally like the game. You're locking the game behind it, bro.
Well, yeah, but
There's-
what about
There's
DLC
so
then?
much more FOMO. There's so much more FOMO for an actual
for
like,
not being able to buy the individual characters. I
for
mean,
not being
Hmm.
able to have a character than there is for not having a skin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
And your argument is the FOMO, right?
Yeah,
I just don't mind FOMO in games. It's a way to like get engagement in the game. It can be really fun when
Yeah, I
you're in
mean,
it.
my argument is if a game company's locking characters behind a battle pass, don't buy that game. Don't support
Yeah.
that game.
perhaps
I mean,
should.
same-
That's my
Perhaps I
argument.
should rephrase a bit. When I mean more of the fact that I don't mind it so much, but I think it's predatory is in the same way you would say that, I don't know, a company saying that something's like $1.99 or they hide small print at the bottom wherever because they were trying to promote it, right? That doesn't mean that it's not scummy, I would say, in a way, right? Because it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the argument isn't that it's not predatory at all. Like there is a degree, but it's like
yeah, you're exploiting.
There's like a line, right? There's a line where you're like the amount this is preying on people is
again,
I
wouldn't consider that predatory. I'd consider like smoking adverts predatory, and like alcohol adverts and gambling adverts. Like if you were to ask me, I think all three of those things should be banned. Like you shouldn't be allowed to show those on television or in print.
I mean,
I never would say.
It's like what your definition of predatory is, right? Like, I guess, like a battle pass on the predatory scale. Let's say it takes 100 predatory points for it to be for me to consider it to even be close to being bad. A battle pass is like a 5. Yeah, it's a 5 on the predatory points.
I would rank it
scale.
higher than that, but not 100. Probably in like 30s.
It's not even close to 100 in my head.
Where would you put loot boxes?
I bought a battle pass before. I've probably bought one in my life, and it was a TFT battle pass. And I would say I was okay. I felt like my purchase, which is about £7. I felt like I got my money's worth from it. I enjoyed progressing through the battle pass. It gave me like an incentive to play the game, and I enjoyed doing like the missions to try and get my battle pass rewards. And I was like, get rid of it. Yeah, rewards were okay. I got a cool legend in TFT. So yeah, £7.
I've purchased like 2 or 3.
I mean, shit. I just spent £8 at KFC.
And same thing.
I spent £8 at KFC.
Yeah,
that wasn't that good.
I've got like 2 or 3 League of Legends season passes, and I'm not disappointed by the value of them. I came out of that £7 season pass and going, yeah, that's what I paid for.
Sure, I would probably rank battle passes as the least.
It's all dependent on like what's in the battle pass or what's in the boxes, right? Is the problem.
And also how they work. If they have like a currency system.
Loot boxes and battle passes aren't like black and white, right? Because you can have like, imagine you have a loot box that like it's Call of Duty, right? Where there's loot boxes, and inside the loot box there's like a 1% chance that gets you to max prestige or whatever, or lower than 1%, right?
Sure.
That would be more predatory than just having skins in loot boxes, in my opinion, right?
Yeah, I'd also say like, that's just a bad feature
like,
as well.
Oh no, like yeah, obviously, right? It's a terrible feature, just a stupid mechanic that doesn't make any sense. But there's a difference between locking cosmetics versus like actual.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I don't care about
stuff,
cosmetics. Right? Yeah, no, a game where you can buy power through loot boxes is a game that I wouldn't play unless.
I agree. I wouldn't play it, but also. I'm saying the loot boxes are probably higher on the predatory scale.
Yeah, they are.
But still, nowhere near close to like 100 predatory points.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe an abstract.
Like purely cosmetic ones are like a 5.
Like
cosmetics are like a 5, and then if they lock behind like power levels in loot boxes, then it's like a 10.
My thing is more so. I don't think it's like unethical to make bad game design decisions, and I'd consider these like bad decisions as from the player's perspective, like stuff that makes the game worse. But I don't necessarily think that's something that's unethical. I tend to try and make a distinction between things I don't like and things that I consider unethical. And it would be something I wouldn't like, but I wouldn't necessarily. Maybe I'd have to think about it more, but I wouldn't necessarily consider it something unethical. I'd just be like, yeah, it's kind of shit.
I mean, it's more unethical than not having them.
Yes,
I don't even know if it would make a difference. In my mind, like
I think there is a difference. There's definitely a difference in my mind. The difference is like not even close to being significant.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there is. That's my opinion. It's bad. I wouldn't play the game. I would be like, that's a shit game. You shouldn't play it. But I wouldn't be like, the developers behind have morally sinned. Like
that's like the obvious argument. Yeah. Just don't play that game, right? Which would be my argument. If that existed and people were complaining about it, I'd be like,
I
don't play the game.
People are like, well, what if it becomes every game like that? I mean, then I guess that's just what consumers want. And I still wouldn't play those
Yeah.
games, and I guarantee there would be, like, in the market, there would be games that I enjoy that wouldn't be doing that stuff.
Yeah, I guess I'd play chess, bro.
Yeah.
Atomic Chess, yeah.
I'd play Atomic Chess.
Yeah, I'm
I'd be
I'm
the
someone
Four
who
Horsemen
doesn't really
opening.
play AAA games or buy AAA games all that much. I mean, trying to think like
neither, really.
AAA game that and I mean I could tell you the, two of the games that I spent most of or a lot of time this year playing is one is a
What's the
little
most
MMO
recent game you
from
purchased?
2007 called RuneScape.
What's the most? Yeah. What's the most recent game you've purchased?
The most recent game I bought, I guess I technically bought XCOM 2 on mobile, so that would be a AAA game or a double A at least. And I bought it for $10, and I'd say that was a really good price, and it runs really well on mobile, and it's a good port.
What about you, Marshall?
Might have been Tears of the Kingdom, which, funnily enough, I brought the collector's edition. Does that count as predatory?
Yeah, I mean they're abusing FOMO, right? You know,
Yeah,
editions.
it's more predatory than not.
I bought it
Right,
because it
that's-
had the art book, which I wanted more than like I didn't care about like the badges or the things. I just wanted to look at the like behind the scenes dev
That's
stuff.
Yeah.
I bought Baldur's Gate 3 years ago.
You can just
but
get it online,
I kind of
though,
bought
to
that
be
one
honest.
because I torrented Divinity. I've actually torrented a lot of Larian games now that I think about it. So I bought that one because I was like, I like the studio Larian, and I know for a fact this game's going to be good. Even though I know that's what people say with dumb pre-orders they do. But I've never pre-ordered a game where I've been like, I didn't like pre-ordering this game. So I'd say I'm decently, and it wasn't even a pre-order, it's early access, and I enjoyed the early access.
The most
I bought it
the
like
most
3
recent
years
game I
ago.
purchased was Black Ops 3 with all the zombie maps.
Wow.
Oh, how much did you pay for that, by the
and-
way? Don't they never discount those games?
It was on Steam. It was on sale. This is with the Steam summer sale. Half price,
£20.
more than half price, 60% off, and it was 30 quid.
Bruh, you should have waited for Microsoft to buy Activision and get it on Game Pass, man. See, that's why I'm like jazzed about Game Pass in regards to the ActiBliz stuff. Because like you'll just
But
be able
me-
to play
me
those
and-
COD games on Game Pass, right?
Me and the uni Discord are going through like every zombie map, doing all the Easter eggs, and it's actually very
That
fun.
sounds cool. Yeah, that sounds cool.
I don't regret buying it.
Yeah,
Right, we better end this because we've gone pretty far over.
Well, thanks, Greg, for joining us from America, bro. I hope your trip goes well.
talked about loot boxes.
Yeah, we would have kept
Hope I
going
never
for
see
quite
you
a while.
again.
Where are you headed next? Did you say? Sorry, that wasn't a joke.
Bardstown, probably.
Barstown. Have you? Oh,
Bardstown.
just
Yeah.
quick, have you met any wacky
Boston.
Americans so far?
Have I met any what?
Oh, wacky Americans. Say,
Wacky
say about the Walmart
I've
Fatmobile.
A woman who might be like schizophrenic.
Nice. What about the Walmart
but
scenes?
She's very nice to me, and she gave me food and water and a
Oh.
lift. So, but in her car, I noticed there was like notepads, and it had like times and stuff, and it was like I don't want to say actually, to be honest, it's not
No.
my place to say, but like
What about
she was a very nice woman.
someone in Walmart taking up a whole aisle on their scooter? Have you had that
Yeah.
yet?
There's a lot of fat people on mobility scooters. Walmart provides free mobility scooters for everyone. Although theoretically, I suppose they're supposed to be used by people with disabilities. And
Well,
I
I mean,
suppose
the
in
people
some
with-
respect,
the
you could
people are like
consider
400 plus
extreme obesity a
kilos.
disability. Yeah, you could consider extreme obesity a disability, but I guess I'd consider it a disability in a way that's different to like someone who had their legs blown off in like a fucking car crash or something, right?
Yeah.
Where it's wholly self-inflicted and it's you versus maybe I'm just being really
You versus
You
them.
versus Walmart's limited edition Mountain Dew for summer.
Baja Blast.
Yeah. I'm scared of missing out on Baja Blast, so I have to get on their mobility scooter.
I've had I would say Mountain Dew is okay. I wouldn't be at all opposed
Mountain
to
Dew's alright.
it existing in the UK. It's not that bad.
Yeah, proper Mountain Dew. Yeah, it's not the same in Have you had Cheetos? Have
have
you
I
had
had
proper
what?
Cheetos? Proper Cheetos.
Yes.
Did you like them? They're very Moorish.
Not really.
The taste is not great, but they're insanely Moorish.
Not really. I'm not a fan of Cheetos. I'll say.
Ultimate Coca-Cola.
Here you go. Here's the League of Legends Coca-Cola.
Oh yeah, I saw you buy
It
some League of
basically
Legends.
just tasted like an apple Coca-Cola. Like they put apple flavoring in.
Legends
So that's what Plus XP
die,
tastes
they
like.
respawn.
Like kind of an appley Coca-Cola. When I went into the Dollar General and bought it, I bought one that was or was gonna buy one that I just pulled off the shelf that wasn't cooled, and then the woman was like, "Oh, you're a gamer. I'll get one of the for you," and I was like, "Yeah."
Thank you,
And you said-
lady. That's what you said.
I was like,
You
"Thanks
tipped.
for Plus
Then you
XP."
Then you said, respawn this, and then you shot her.
Let's not talk about that one in America. I think
Alright, Greg,
Well,
do you want
thanks for
us to
watching,
sing us
guys.
out with Enemy?
before we do that, shout out to the Cookie Corp Gim. I heard they're putting in the work. Shout
shout out to Big Donda, the lead member of the game.
Yeah, shout outs to Ratboy229 putting in the work.
Ratboy, he does nothing to the game. He just takes
99 Fire Making.
Oh my
Sick job,
God,
bro.
actually.
Keep on that grind.
Man with 99 fire maker. That's so cringe, bro. Oh no.
Anyway.
Don't look up that guy's chat logs.
Oh, the misery!
No, Greg's got to sing it out.
Everybody wants to. What?
Greg's singing it out.
Oh,
Greg,
the
sing it.
misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. E. 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 E.
Look out for yourself.
E.
Look out for yourself.
E.